Good afternoon and welcome to day 2 of the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship from Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami. I'm your host, Mark Patterson, and joining me today, as well as yesterday, former Life University standout and current head coach of the Boca Raton Youth Rugby Football Club, Chris Vassell. Chris,
Good
thank you for joining me.
Thank
yes,
you, buddy. It's
glad
great
to have
here.
you again today. And Rugby America's North would like to thank our partners DHL and KPMG for their support of RAN Rugby. Today is going to be a great contest in our trophy division. It's Guyana, not been in the tournament for 4 years. They're coming back strong against Jamaica. Jamaica is making their second appearance in the last 3 years. So both of these teams are in the rebuilding mode, and they're very excited to see what's happening today. Chris, I know you were talking to the teams earlier, and they were telling me that this is going to be their first game each against a live competition.
Yes. They said that they're ready to win and ready to battle today against each other. Jamaica, being coached by Huntley Anderson and managed by Jerry Bunswick. And, they said today there's good rivals between the two and that they kind of played a similar style. And Jamaica today is actually going to change their style of play so that they can take an advantage throughout the game.
So what style they're going to play?
Well, today they're going to play not an expansive rugby, but more of a ground and pound them with the forwards up the centers,
Wow.
with their 8-man coming in as the captain for Jamaica.
All right, and here comes our national anthems. Our two national anthems of Guyana and Jamaica. The first game in the trophy division of this 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Our referee for today is Gavin McCandless. The 20-year-old from Philadelphia is kind of making a name for himself. A B-panel referee, has been over to New Zealand to train as well to become. He's actually stopped playing in rugby and is full-time in rugby refereeing. The starting lineups for today for Guyana, the number 1 prop, Damar Haynes. Number 2 hooker, Mark Griffith. Number 3 tight head prop, Shaquan Williams. Number 4, James Osborne as lock. The number 5 lock is Shaquille Horatio. Number 6 blindside flanker, Elton Crawford. Number 7 open side flanker, Glenroy Poole. The 8-man, Kurt Hunt. Number 9, Scott Garraway. Number 10, outside half, Aquino James. The winger, Jonathan Garrett. The captain and number 12, the center, is Daniel Diabru. Number 12, Michael Barrow. The 14, the winger, Elroy Gibbons. And the fullback is Kevin Wills. As for the Jamaica starting lineup, we have our loosehead to Jay Wallace, the hooker, Adrian Brown, twins at tight head prop and lock, Matthew Patterson's tight head. The two locks are twins, Jamel Watson and Jaleel Watson, and I don't know which one's older, Chris. I am a twin myself, and I'm the older one. I just want everyone to know that.
Your brother must have got the better looks.
Right, he must have. I am 7 minutes older. Now, for the number 8, O'Dane Laylar. His nickname is Layla, and he is the captain today. The 9, Mikel Facey. Number 10 is Adrian Christie. Your winger, number 11, Ronaldo McCarthy. The 12, the center inside, Kwame Green. Number 13, outside center, is Mark Simpson. The winger, Miguel Facey, a brother of the number 9, Mikel Facey. The fullback is Michael Beckford. And we have 3 substitutions, Stephon White, Shamar Henry, and Ricardo Vickers. As we get underway here, to start off, we have Jamaica in the green, and we have Guyana in the yellow. Excuse me, I have that wrong. Jamaica is in the yellow, and Guyana is in the green. So we have Guyana in green and Jamaica in the yellow. Starting off with a couple rucks here. See if they can get the ball out wide. Nice pass out wide. Great tackle by Jamaica.
Looks like Guyana's trying to move the ball very wide and trying to force Jamaica to make mistakes real early.
It's a good hard running by Guyana at first. Rolling over in the ruck. Penalty to Guyana. And they're going to start off early. First couple minutes in, they're going for posts.
Upon talking to Jerry Benswick today for the manager of Jamaican Rugby Union, he said, these kids, U19s, and some of them are not even close to 19, are really excited to be out here today representing their country, especially playing rugby. He also said that rugby's predominantly played in Kingston as of now. So that's where a group of these young players come from Kingston, Jamaica, which is the capital of Jamaica.
Well, Jamaica is down by 3 because Guyana, just got points on the board. That's 3-0 Guyana as we're in the first 2 minutes of this game. 35-minute halves will be playing today. Once again, this is the first game of the trophy division of the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship from beautiful Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami. So that ball is not 10. Let's see what the referee's going to do. Oh, he said it did go 10. It will be a line out to Guyana. Jamaica recovering the line out. And what you said, Chris, with their ground and pound, they're keeping in the pack a lot. We're starting to see that right off here.
It's a bit obvious on the size of the forwards that they have in there this time for the Jamaican side. They said they definitely made some changes in their lineup and definitely focused on the forwards, big and heavy boys.
Right.
Boys running up straight the middle.
You know, I've seen the Jamaican team several years, and you're right, this is the biggest I've ever seen them. Usually the challenge is 7s, they're awesome, but 15s, they lack the size to compete on an international level. But it looks like they're doing okay so far.
Definitely agree.
Little give and go there, right off the ruck there with a big, looks like the prop coming through.
Yeah, it seems like Jamaica right now is really trying to control this game, playing just off the fringes, playing that, the pound of ground with the big boys up there, and just trying to suck in the defense. As you can see right now, they're running an expansive rugby out to the winger, number 14.
Breaking it out.
Got some really good wheels.
Right, breaking it out wide. That's only the second time they spun the ball out wide. And they've always had speed. Jamaica has been obviously very fast, with the country being from Usain Bolt being from, but they've never had the size to compete in a 15-style game. And so we're really seeing a different change in tactics here, and maybe something that will wear down Guyana and help pay off today.
Yes, let's see how they respond. But as you can see, Guyana, the big guys are just staying outside, not really taking all the brunt of the quick tap and goes and the quick offloads to the forwards. So let's see how Guyana can respond back to this one.
Not releasing, penalty on Guyana, not releasing the tackler, or the ball carrier, excuse me. So Jamaica is going to go for points here. They're about, I would say, about 10 meters out. It's going to be a little bit far left. You're going to have to angle this kick in. But let's see how it goes. 5 minutes in to the game here. The score is 3-0 Guyana. Don't forget, if you want to follow us, you can always hashtag RAN Super Week on Facebook and Twitter. Kick is up and did not meet the mark. We'll have a 22 drop for Guyana. Short kick by Guyana.
Unfortunate knock-on on that one,
right,
by Jamaica.
So, Chris, I had to educate myself on the geography of exactly where Guyana is.
Yes.
And it is on the South American mainland, and it is right beside Venezuela to the right.
Okay.
So I did not know that.
I did not know that.
They have about 750,000 people in the country, and they have 8 middle and high school teams, and so that's where they have selected this national side from those 8 teams. They have about 1,000 players, adult kids and adults that play rugby in Guyana.
Okay.
Great pass out wide. A good tackle by Jamaica. Good release. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Looks like advantage for Jamaica. Knocked forward by Guyana.
That's a hard luck for Guyana on that
play. So knocked forward by Guyana. Jamaica's going to have the scrum down here.
One to watch for from the Jamaican side, I see the captain, Odane Layler. He's only 18 years old.
Layla. That's his nickname, Chris. Layla.
Is that what they call him?
That's what they call him,
Well,
Layla.
They said he's the one to look for. He's got his first cap several months ago playing in the World Cup qualifiers for Jamaica.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he played for the men's
side.
Okay.
And so he got selected up. So
that's the number 8, right?
Number 8
okay.
for Jamaica's side.
Ball is out. Guyana gets the ball. Have a maul going on here. Let's see what they do with it.
Tackles down and ruck is formed. Let's see what they do, Guyana, right here. If they play the same style of rugby as Jamaica, collapsing the defense.
Knocked forward by Guyana off the pass from the ruck. Scrum down, Jamaica. So I talked to Jerry Benswick, the manager for the Jamaican team, and he told me that the first 10 minutes is going to be the deciding factor in this game. They have been sticking to their guns with the style of play that Coach Huntley Anderson, you were saying that they want to play that crash ball, right off the pack, ground and pound, and they have been doing that. But he said be on the lookout for the first 10 minutes. And to remind you, these are the first games that these two teams have played against each other. They've had scrimmages, but this is the first game. So you're going to see a lot of cobwebs coming out here.
Nice step.
Jamaica had a couple good passes going, got it out wide, but incidental knock on there, and it will be a scrum down, Guyana's ball. Now, Chris, we do know that you are from Jamaica.
Yes, that is correct. I was born in the States.
Okay.
But my lineage is Jamaican.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It runs in my blood.
So I want to make sure your commentary has no favoritism towards Jamaica.
Oh, of course it does.
Okay.
Of course it does.
We don't want biased broadcasters here.
No.
Okay.
But it's good to see that Jamaica and Guyana, countries like this, are actually competing on this level of rugby, and especially trying to make the World Cup status as well as getting in the Tier 1, premiers for rugby around the world. So it's good. It's good to see a presence from these countries, and especially my homeland island, Jamaica.
Ooh, a little bit of running backwards there. We have obstruction. You cannot run behind your own player in rugby. That's more like a block you would have in American football. So that is a penalty to Jamaica. Looks like he's going to try to find touch here. And he finds touch. That's a penalty for Jamaica, so they will have the line out. So this is the first game in the trophy division of the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Now you have two divisions. You have a cup division and you have a trophy division, and they are decided by last year's top 6 standings. So the top 6 teams in the RAN will be delegated to the cup division, and that will be the outright title. And then the trophy division are the lower teams to go ahead, and once you win that trophy division, then you move up to the actual cup division. So I was talking to Chris. I was talking to Guyana and their manager. His name's John Lewis, and he was saying this is the first time in 4 years that they have been back to the Rugby America's North Championship. And you were telling me Jamaica, what is it? They weren't here last year, but they were here the year before.
That is correct.
So a lot of times in the RAN championships, you will see teams that, for one reason or another, were unable to make it for a certain venue, maybe after a year or a couple years. And so once they come back, typically they are relegated to the trophy division, and then once they make their way through there, then they move back up to the cup division. So in the trophy division, we have Guyana, we have Jamaica, and the Bahamas.
Guyana keeping possession right now. Really, Jamaica put a lot of pressure on
pressure.
Guyana right now.
Coming through, the pressure is worked off. You have a try, Jamaica.
Really good possession. Really
Great
good pressure
Absolutely.
from Jamaica.
Great pressure coming right up in their face of Guyana. They could not handle it. Grab the ball, Jamaica does, and dots it down for the try. Right beside the post, should be an easy conversion. And the point after is good, so now we have a lead change. Jamaica on the board, 7, and Guyana 3. 14 minutes into the first half. So we're roughly about halfway through the first half. We played 35-minute halves here. 14 minutes in. The score, Jamaica 7, Guyana 3.
You know, the Jamaican Rugby Union and Guyanese Rugby Union, it's just you got to give credit to them really working hard to bring rugby across the board in their countries. And I just love the enthusiasm by all players, even the coaches and managers, on just keeping rugby alive and growing the sport around the world.
Well, it is a hot one today here in Miramar. At Vizcaya Park, just north of Miami. It's 92 degrees, and the heat index feels about 102. Then again, both of these countries are from the Caribbean, so it shouldn't affect them too much. As we see a little back and kick forth kicking battle going on here. A knock on by Guyana. Scrum down, Jamaica. So, Chris, I was talking to John Lewis, the manager of Guyana, and he was telling me that 17 of their kids, it's the first time that they've come to the United States. And I asked them what their biggest eye-opening experiences were, and he said just the sheer size of the place, the overpasses, all the traffic, all the buildings, is something that they're
massive.
Yes,
massive.
Something that they are not used to for their home country of Guyana.
Yeah, it's something I had to get used to too when I came over here back to the States. Just used to, living in Jamaica, and you get to walk everywhere. Here, transportation, you get bus, train, plane.
Right. That was a penalty by the number 9 from Guyana. He was offside, so Jamaica has a penalty. Looks like they're going to kick for touch here. And they did not find the sideline. Jamaica's going to clear it out. It stays in bounds.
Ref saw something that we didn't see.
Jamaica was offsides on that kick. So when you kick the ball, if you're in front of the kicker, you have to retreat behind the kicker until he passes you. And so that's what happened. Guyana, they were in front of their kicker. So now they're going to use the big man to bring it up. Is that the prop?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Tight head is going up.
Matthew Patterson.
Like we said earlier, Jamaica's just going to try to control at the fringes, definitely by grounding and pounding, giving the big boys a chance to run it up and collapse that defense.
Another one to Patterson, taking it up. Chris, I really like saying Patterson taking it up.
I think so.
He's my brother from another mother, and he is getting a workout here in the first half. The ground and pound, they are sticking to it, Jamaica. They're changing their style up for this tournament. The first time they've ever done or utilized a ground and pound offense.
Yeah, just relying on speed so much. Today they changed it up and definitely have a different look. Hopefully during the week they'll change it up too as well with different combinations with the competition to come.
Spinning the ball wide. Their outside center taking it up. Good defensive pressure by Guyana.
Unfortunate turnover on that one.
Referee's playing advantage of the knock-on. Let's see if Guyana can make anything out of this. Spinning it wide. A little bit of sloppy play here at the beginning of this match. Once again, these teams have never had an official match. They've always had some scrimmages. So you will see it take a first half to kind of get used to each other and get used to their opponent. But taking a look, Chris, at these packs, it is unusual to see Jamaica having a larger size, having a bigger size than their opponent.
Yes, and I think most of it is just credited with the coaches and different styles that's coming in. Jamaica wanting to qualify for the World Cup 15s as well. You know, looking forward to making an impact in that division. So
you're right. They've always been a competitor in sevens rugby because of their speed, and now they want to take the step up for 15s. Good tackle by Guyana there. He had his hands on the ground in the ruck. That is a penalty. You cannot have your hands down. You have to support your own weight by your feet and not your hands.
Penalty. Good call by the referee, 100% keeping him out of trouble.
Penalty to Guyana. All right, a line out to Guyana. They're attacking in Jamaica's 22. Kind of a back and forth game so far, Chris.
Yes, it definitely is. You can see that both sides played similar styles with the ground and pound, using the floors to, collapse the defense. But definitely it could go either way today.
7-3, first half, 20 minutes in right here. Jamaica having the lead over Guyana. Jamaica stealing the line out. Clearing the kick. Not very far. Let's see what happens.
Oh, good defense by Guyana.
A knock forward by Jamaica, so Guyana will have a scrum down right at the 22 of Jamaica. And we'll pause right now for a water break. You are watching the first match in the trophy division of the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Guyana versus Jamaica. Jamaica on top right now, 7-3, 21 minutes into the first half of this great match so far. And Chris, what have you seen so far in this first half between these two great countries?
Especially with Jamaica, between the two teams, they're really trying to just break off those fringes. We're pounding down the forwards, attacking and trying to control the game and the pace of the game and the tempo. But it goes either way. I think Jamaica has a good advantage just by using the big boys up at front, and I think it could go either way come here shortly after their first water break.
Don't forget, if you want to follow us today, just hashtag RAN Super Week on Facebook and Twitter. And this is a super week, not just a super day. We're in day 2 of the RAN Super Week. Tomorrow we have a doubleheader coming your way. 4 o'clock in Pool A from the Cup Division. It's the first game for the Cayman Islands. We'll see how they stack up against the Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos had their first game yesterday against Mexico, and it was 79-0 loss. So they're looking to bounce back from that game in the second one of our doubleheader tomorrow. 6 o'clock, the first game for Trinidad and Tobago as well against Bermuda. Bermuda did take the loss against USA South yesterday, 41-0, so they will be looking to bounce back as well. As we look forward into Tuesday, Jamaica and the Bahamas will be playing. Then on Wednesday, Mexico and the Cayman Islands. And then the second one of our doubleheader on Wednesday is USA South versus Trinidad and Tobago. The finals are going to be on Saturday. We have a full slate of games for you on Saturday. So once again, the whole week here at Rugby Super Week, Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami. As we're getting our way back onto the pitch, you will see the game starting back after the water break. We'll have a scrum down to Guyana right at the 22 of Jamaica. And this is the farthest they've really been in. Besides the line out earlier, they lost that line out. So we'll see what they do here on the scrum down, Chris. Jamaica does have the size and the scrum down, and the scrum here, and they're pushing. Oh, driving in from the scrum and instead of driving through. That's going to be a penalty for Guyana.
Yes, Jamaica just needs to be, disciplined on that end. They have the size and they have the strength, so I definitely think that played a factor in it, that they knew they could overcome them. So they just need to just focus and stay disciplined when it comes to those set pieces.
Guyana electing to go for points. Kick is up, and it's good. Guyana 2 for 2 on penalty kicks and narrowed the deficit just to 1 now. Jamaica 7, Guyana 6, 22 minutes into the first half.
Yeah, like I said, we got a match here today. Definitely similar styles. And let's see what we can do. Always kicking for points always can help you out at the end.
So basically we haven't seen a lot of offense from either of the two sides, but they've been taking advantage of opportunities presented them off of penalties and of turnovers from the other team.
Yes, no, you're 100% right. It seems like it's been going back and forth all day with different mistakes.
Getting a little breezy here at Vizcaya Park. The wind going from right to left on your television screen. Guyana having the wind. But Jamaica,
nice pressure.
Yes, very good pressure from Jamaica so far. And Jamaica making defense turn into offense with a turnover. Driving Jamaica, controlling the line of scrimmage here. Pick and go, and it has worked.
It has worked for Jamaica.
Another try for Jamaica.
Very good by turning over the ball, forcing the turnover, and then being aggressive right away off the kickoff, and then continuously giving the pressure all the way down to Guyana, forced them a turnover, and then ended up to a try.
Great example of what defense turns into offense. Currently 12-6 right now, awaiting the extra point. So for those of you who are new to rugby, if you're just watching, you have a friend or family that's participating in this game today, wherever you score the try, wherever you physically touch the ball down, that's where you kick the extra point. So once you run across the try line or the end zone, you have to run over and go behind the post to kick it in front of the post. Now, notice he didn't here, so he's going to have to kick it in at an angle. And being a kicker myself, these are very challenging kicks.
Yeah, it's on now. Yeah.
And it is good. He needed every bit of that kick to get through, but it is good. And way to go. Nice. So, yes, there is a visual illusion here because we're looking at two posts. We're looking at the rugby post, and then right behind it are the football post. But that is good. It is 14-6. Jamaica, 25 minutes into the first half here. And both of the tries, Chris, it seems that have been coming off the defense turned into offense for Jamaica versus penalty kicks for Guyana.
Yes, I would agree 100%. Just like we said earlier, a lot of pressure by the Jamaican defensive team. And there's Jamaican defensive force. And that's the military force down in Jamaica. So they're representing very well right now, the JDF.
Knocked forward by Jamaica in the ruck here, so we'll have a scrum down Guyana. And since we are having Jamaica here playing here, I have to say at least to you, Chris, Jamaica me crazy, man. Okay.
Irie.
Is that authentic? Is
That's
that fairly
authentic.
authentic?
That's very authentic.
Would I sound like a Jamaican?
You sound like a tourist. Okay.
I
You want
do?
a cocktail or something?
Okay. All right. Yes.
Yeah.
What is
Give
it?
me a
Rum
mambo.
runners?
Rum runners.
A little
You get your rum runners. Okay.
We need to get some rum runners. We need to tell our producers we need some rum runners over here so we can be authentic.
Yeah. You remember it's a kids tournament.
Yes. Well, I know the kids aren't going to provide that. Okay. We have injury timeout here. One of the players from Jamaica is down.
I'd like to give a good shout out to St. George's College of Jamaica. That's where the coach, Huntley Anderson, coaches. And apparently this is his first head coach assignment this year with the U19s on a national level. So a big shout out to St. George's College of Jamaica.
Guyana, I was talking to John Lewis, their manager, and they have 8 players that are fairly new to the sport of rugby. They've been playing for less than a year. So far, they've been doing fairly well against this more well-established Jamaican team.
Yeah, and it seems like both countries are in that developmental stage right now, definitely growing with over the years, and with major influences by expats coming over and giving their love for the game and teaching. So you definitely can see that here today and all this week.
What a hit by Patterson. Holy cow, great job. They still got it off. Guyana still with the ball, but a great counter-rucking by Jamaica as a turnover. Spinning it wide. Let's see if they can get something started here. Coming in from the side from Jamaica, that's going to be a penalty to Guyana.
Boy, it seems like a lot of emotions riding high right now between the two countries out here.
Let's see what they do with this penalty kick. Now you have the option of tapping and going. Wow, they are going for points, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be a long kick, almost 50 meters right here. So once they kick the ball, if it does not go out of bounds, the ball is still in play. So for Guyana, they're going to need someone to chase this kick in case it stays in bounds. You also have to be behind the kicker. Kick is up, and it is short, so it is playable. Jamaica going to run it out. Their clearing kick. Kicking deep inside Jamaica. The ball went backwards. That is okay.
Nice pressure by Guyana.
It's almost a pass there with that kick. Another clearing kick by Jamaica. Gathered by Guyana, the number 12.
Really good decision making by both teams at this point.
Turnover by Jamaica. Let's see if they get back to their strategy of the ground and pound. Coming in from the side from Guyana is the call. A quick tap by Jamaica, catching Guyana off guard. Guyana. Nice
Good
cutback
hands
by the 13 of Jamaica.
You know, the one thing you got to give Jamaica is really good support on that play right there. And really good for Guyana to actually recycle on defense, come back and hold them up and make them, cause a quick turnover.
Advantage right now for a knock-on for Jamaica. Let's see if Guyana.
Seems like we got Jamaica down.
Jamaican player is down. I think that's the number 10, Adrian Christie. Break through Guyana through that line. The number 5. And a knock-on by Guyana.
Guyana. Excuse my southern brother here.
So scrum down at midfield here at halfway line. 30 minutes into the first half. Jamaica leads at 14-6. The game has kind of opened up a little bit. We've seen a lot more kicking in the last 5 minutes, back and forth, back and forth. Let's see what happens at this scrum in the center of the pitch. Jamaica, it's their put, and they've split their backs. Let's see which way they go. They're going the weak side here.
There's a captain, number 8 man, with a pick and go. Nice
to the winger. Give and go there. Not rolling away from the tackler. Quick tap by Jamaica. He keeps going. Guyana is not ready for this.
So as you can see now, Jamaica's trying to take control of the game by just slowing it down a bit.
Oh, and he's trying to do a cross-field kick to their backs. Chris, I like the idea of that kick, but just the execution was off.
Yes, the execution was off, a little bit off the mark of where he wanted to deliver it, but nevertheless, it was a good idea because they kept the defense isolated on one side, and I saw an opportunity. But that just shows you that they're watching really good rugby over the Super Rugby around the world and seeing what their predecessors are doing right now.
Well, you're right, and as you know, as a youth coach and myself as a youth coach, the challenge is to get your players to actually think of that idea, because everything's going so crazy in these games, and when you're first exposed to rugby, it's just like, you know, everything's running at 100 miles an hour. So for them to be able to think about an opportunity like that, for them to kick the ball, I would praise that player for that idea, but we just need to work on that execution.
Yeah, 100%.
Number 8 from Guyana got it stolen away from by Jamaica. They are on the attack. Jamaica setting up here. So you're going to give it to their forwards again. Loses the ball. It's Guyana's ball, and they're taking it, spinning it wide here. Oh, a dummy pass. The 9, a good release. Good offload. Great passing. The 13 breaking away. Down to the 22. Another offload to the winger.
What Guyana has to do here is just keep possession the whole time and not make silly mistakes by rushing the ball and trying to move it. Really nice defense right there. Stopping him behind the gain line.
Right. Jamaica was able to regroup quickly.
Let's see what Jamaica does here while that player is isolated by Guyana.
Giving it to the prop. Guyana takes it through a couple more yards, but stymied by the Jamaican defense. Here goes the lock. Number 5, he has 2 men open. Can he put it down? He's in the try zone. Oh, no, he's just very close. What does the ref call it? The ref calls it held up. He did get into the try zone, but you have to physically touch the ball down. Hence the word touchdown. It came that football gave that. We gave that term to football, but he did not physically touch the ball down in the try zone, so that means it comes out a 5-meter scrum for Guyana.
Yeah, that's a really good defense by Jamaica today. Coming up there and really slowing them down in Guyana and really holding them up, not letting them score at this point.
First time we see Guyana really take it to Jamaica and push them back while they're on offense. But you're right, Chris. Great defense by the Jamaican team. And as the Horn sounds for halftime. We'll see how long the referee plays this. This is probably going to be the last play of the half. Let's see if Guyana can punch it in here for a score.
I'm predicting a 8-man pick to the right. What do you say?
Okay. I'm going to predict he's passing it out to the backs.
All
so
right, let's see how we go here. Let's see.
Okay, not in straight. He's going to redo it. He's going to re-kick it. He's going to push the scrum out a little bit farther, I think.
The flow of the game has been really good today, especially with these U19 kids. Really impressed with them. Really, really impressed. A lot of offloads, a lot of support play, a lot of communication. And, you know, some of those are the basics for what you need of playing rugby. Do you agree, Mark?
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a very competitive game. We didn't really see that yesterday with 2 blowouts. 14-6 Jamaica. Guyana on the door, trying to score before halftime here. As he passes out to the winger coming up.
Nice long body ruck.
Jamaica definitely ready on defense. Once again, we're in extra time here, so if the ball goes out of bounds, it's pretty much the end of half. So Guyana has to score a break through the line by the number 3 from Guyana. Let's see if they can get inside in the try zone.
A little pick and go. We got stopped by the Jamaican front side. The ball's held up, forming a maul right now.
Pass the ball, going out wide. Let's see if they can get it wide to the winger. He had some space there.
Inside. Oh, nice.
Great tackle by Jamaica. They get a
That's
turnover.
Captain, number 8, Jamaica.
If they get a turnover here, it's the end of the half.
Well, ball's kept alive here.
A penalty by Jamaica. I haven't figured out what it is yet. We'll see. We have a Jamaican player down. It looked like a situation of offsides, but I can't really tell yet what exactly he called. Now, they will have a penalty. It's a penalty for them, and they'll probably take the points. They've been 2 for 3 on their penalty kicks so far. So let's see what they do. Now, if the ball goes out of bounds, then it's probably the end of the half. Once again, we're in extra time of the first half of this exciting match between Jamaica and Guyana.
Well, it looks like Guyana's going to take the points here.
Yep, they're going to take the points. Let's see if they can make it happen. 14-6 Jamaica right now. Kick is up, and it's good. And that is halftime with your score, Jamaica 14, Guyana 8. A very exciting first half. We will be back shortly for the second half with Guyana and Jamaica right here from Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida, the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Welcome back to the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship from Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami, where we're at halftime, getting ready to start the second half of this great contest between Guyana and Jamaica. Jamaica is leading it right now 14-9. And Chris, how did you feel that the first half went?
I felt the first half was very well by both teams. Jamaica at the start trying to control the game and control the game line by just giving it to the forwards, doing a pound and ground type style. And the turn of events, Guyana turned a lot of turnover balls at the same time, and Jamaica capitalized on it. But at the end, Guyana came back and really, showed a really gut check in this one, and also did the pound and ground and went out wide and expansive, to come up to force Jamaica into a penalty and then 3 points.
Jamaica has been very strong at the gain line, but Guyana very resilient, and that's why we have a very close game, 14-9. And your Rugby America's North Championship is sponsored by DHL and KPMG. We thank you for your support of RAN Rugby. Also, the referee kit, game balls, and event tents supplied to us today by Canterbury, a proud sponsor of USA Rugby South. And other Rugby America's North news, Mexico has eliminated the Cayman Islands from the Rugby World Cup qualifiers. Now, this is the men's division. We are playing under 19 here, but the men's. So the Mexico will face Guyana in the championship, Rugby America's North Championship game, and that is also a Rugby World Cup qualifier match as well. So that's going to be on July 23rd. The Mexico defeating the Cayman Islands 34-24 yesterday afternoon in the men's division. As we get back to the start of the second half, Guyana is going to be kicking off to Jamaica, 14-6 Jamaica as we start the second half. Jamaica handling the ball, taking it up. And I've noticed, Chris, there's been taken several, 2 or 3 Guyanan defenders for every of the Jamaican defenders. The pack is making a presence today.
Yes, 100%. Like we said, different styles, different forms, but definitely the pound and ground is what they want to use to control this game today.
They've been using the prop number 3, Matthew Patterson, a lot. He's one of the biggest guys in the pack here, and he's been doing a lot of running here, this ground and pound offense they've been implementing today.
You guys aren't related, right?
He is a brother from another mother.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Getting trippy at the break ground here.
Rough
nice
pass.
pressure by Guyana.
Oh, Jamaica knocked it forward. Advantage to Guyana.
Seems like Guyana is starting off really strong right now. Really want to take it to Jamaica on their back foot.
They do have space out wide. A lot of running left to right, which reduces that space for your players. That's something that the coaches are definitely going to work on with them after this game.
Yeah, you're 100% right on that, Mark. Definitely when you run sideways, I remember coaches always telling us, run straight, run straight, run straight, just because of the angles of what you're cutting down and the space that you're closing up for your other players to receive the ball.
So no advantage gained on that knock-on by Jamaica, so we'll bring it back and have a scrum down to Guyana. Going weak side with it, number 8, man. Oh, we thought he got away. Jamaica still got him. Trying to get it wide. They do have space. Nice pass by the 12 over to the 13. Oh, couldn't make it to the winger there. They had a good thing going, but were not able to execute.
Very upsetting by Guyana. Good run by them. Good run, good attacking, good pressure, and way to move the ball out wide.
And that was a great pass by their captain, Daniel Diabreu. He, the number 12 that was getting it wide. The 13 just could not connect for Guyana, and it looks like it's going to be a scrum down Jamaica due to the forward pass of Guyana. So, Chris, what do you think Jamaica's going to be doing right here?
Right now, I would definitely, for Jamaica's point, try to kick the ball out.
Yeah, clearing kick.
Clear kick. And, you know, even if they try to take it and run it out, let's see what they do here. Good call.
Just right on that clearing kick. So we're going to have a line out to Guyana, just a little bit inside the 10-meter of Jamaica. Score is 14-6. We're about 4 minutes into the second half here. 14-9. Jamaica currently over Guyana. Been kind of a very even contest, back and forth. Jamaica has been winning the gain line with their ground and pound offense they've been implementing. However, Guyana has been great at tackling. They have been numerous people tackling and not just leaving up to one individual. Knocked forward in the line out by Jamaica, so we will have a scrum down to Guyana.
Let's see what Guyana does here.
They're definitely set up for a back play here, and they have some space out wide, so we'll see what happens. Here comes their winger coming in, the weak side winger coming up, grabs the ball. Great play. However, it's knocked on in the tackle.
That was a good play by Guyana. Definitely trying to catch Jamaica looking inside at different channels and come outside and look for wide and collapse the defense right in the middle. I think once they get it out to their wingers for Guyana, that's what their whole attempt was trying to do, to play an expansive rugby and catch them off guard.
I do like that play, Chris, because what you're doing is you got that weak side man coming in, and usually he's unaccounted for, and not if he breaks it, great, but if he doesn't, you know, you already have an overload outside because the weak side winger's not accounted for.
That is correct.
Now we have an injury on the field to Jamaica. Taking a water break here. And for those of you who are not unfamiliar with Guyana, the country, it is actually in South America, and it's right beside Venezuela. So you have Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and then French Guiana. Now I did ask their manager, John Lewis, the Guyana manager, and I said, well, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, then why do you play for Rugby Americas North instead of Rugby Americas South of the RAS? And he said because they associate themselves more with the Caribbean versus South America because of their English-speaking versus the rest of South America is mostly Portuguese or Spanish. And I really appreciated that when I was interviewing them because I do not speak Spanish or Portuguese, Chris. And so I know that you interviewed the Jamaican team, and you being from Jamaica, always when I interview Jamaicans, I have to tell them to slow down a little bit because their accent is like very challenging when they're speaking very, very fast.
Yes, it's a different dialect. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yes.
Irie.
Is everything Irie, Chris?
Everything Irie.
Yes.
But no, it's a blessing, you know. Definitely the dialect is something you have to get used to. And I'm trying to get used to your dialect. Where are you from? Southern America?
You don't have a multitude of dialects,
Yes,
Chris.
I noticed that.
Okay.
I noticed that.
A multitude of dialects. You don't hear very much of the North Carolina coming out while I'm on air.
Oh, you're from North Carolina?
How could you tell?
Oh, man. Well,
Okay.
there you go.
There it is, right there. So scrum down here for Guyana based on the knock-on from Jamaica. Rugby's America's North would like to thank our partners DHL and KPMG for their support of RAN Rugby. 14-9, we are 15 minutes in, excuse me, 6 minutes into this second half of the first Trophy Division game between Guyana and Jamaica. We will see Bahamas be playing later in the week. Ball pass out. The Bahamas won the scrum down. They're taking it out wide, and they're getting a great run from their winger here, fending off multiple defenders. They have the ruck, giving it to the big man, Patterson, and he gets stymied in the ruck and the tackle.
Let's see what kind of discipline Jamaica has here, either to control the game, and looks what they're doing by bringing up the big man. Definitely just set the tempo at the breakdowns.
It seems that if they would come right off the ruck. There you go. Now they're spinning it wide. It went backwards. A kick and another kick by the winger. That looks like a penalty right there. Absolutely. Playing the man and not the ball. You see the ball was not in the player's hands, and he still played the man, so that's going to be a penalty on Guyana. See if they're going to go for points or what they're going to do in the penalty here. They are going for points. And the man with the best haircut and color in this whole tournament right now, Adrian Christie, the number 10, pointed to the posts. Let's see if he's going to take this kick. Nope, it looks like the number 14, Miguel Facey, is going to be taking this. His brother is the scrum half, Michael, the number 9. They're up by 5. Let's see. This will increase their lead to 17-9 if he makes it here. Kick is up. Does it have the distance? No, it was short. Wow. I thought from this vantage point that he made it, but he did not make it. It was short.
Short kick.
So we have a 22 drop. Here it comes. There goes a 22 drop. Great kick by the number 12.
After that kick, Miguel looked disappointed.
Right, he did. But that's the one thing in rugby. You can't linger on the previous play. You got to keep playing.
You got to keep going.
Another run by Patterson up the gut. Actually, that was to Jay Wallace. A box kick by the number 9, putting pressure. The 15 was up. And it went into the try zone. He touched it down. That's going to be a 22 drop.
That's a really good smart play by
for Guyana.
9.
Absolutely, yes.
Willing to recognize where the 15 was and knowing that there was no one back there in the backfield.
Great vision by the number 9 there, Michael Facey. So the 22 drop, it has to touch the ground. So watch, he's going to do a drop kick here. Went backwards, out of his hands. That's okay. You can kick the ball any way you want to. We've had a lot of really powerful collisions here, Chris, today.
Yeah, definitely, with the big boys coming in there hard.
Guyana taking it up here. Another phase. Good low tackle by Jamaica. Seems that he's shaken up. Number 10 on the play, Adrian Christie. He gets back up, though. Oh, a steal by Jamaica. Taking it up again, the ground and pound. They've been staying with it the whole game. They've been maintaining the line of scrimmage. They'll try to grubber kick, and that was not successful. They still maintain possession, though. Trying to get it out wide now. They went backwards. They still maintain possession. They're not going in the right direction, though. Oh, they got the break on the wide. They're going wide. They got the numbers right here. Oh, stiff arm. Another stiff arm by Jamaica. Down to the 22 of Guyana.
Nice support play by Jamaica.
Guyana's having to do a lot of defending right here. It's definitely going to wear them out. That ball is out. Oh, no. Looks like coming in from the side of the ruck. That's a penalty to Jamaica right around the 22 of Guyana. It is offsides. He called offsides. A quick tap by Jamaica. They are not back 10, Guyana. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so not back 10 is what the referee's calling. That's a penalty. There's no quick tap because it's already been one. You can only have one quick tap. Not back 10, so once he taps the ball, we'll go here. The ball is live. They're taking it up, giving to the big boys. Let's see. And it is a try.
Pound of ground.
Try Jamaica. From the number 1 to Jay Wallace. Driving it home. And, Chris, you got to think that drive with all the defending that Guyana did definitely kind of made that try possible.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely a good session by the Jamaican side, really keeping possession and just really pounding grounding it all the way up through. And, of course, at the end, the big boys get rewarded for all their hard work in the front. So good job by the loose.
Looks like the ground and pound has been working for Jamaica. They've been wearing down their opponent here, Guyana, and they spun it wide, was able to get a lot of yardage with their wide play, and then they finished it off with the run right up the middle by the number 1 to Jay Wallace for the try and the 5 points. As you can tell, he's being tended to. I don't know if that's him or another player. And the extra point was up, and it was no good. Extra point no good. So now they have widened their lead. It's 19-9, and 13 minutes into the second half here. Jamaica is taking a 10-point lead, and the weather has actually cooled off a little bit. We've got a little cloud cover, so it's not as hot as it was earlier. But, however, you're starting to see, I noticed on that attack, that not only was Guyana walking a lot, so was Jamaica, Chris.
Yes, no, they were. I mean, definitely when you're playing consecutive sessions, definitely trying to move the ball up, you're definitely about to wear down. And especially the big guys up in the front, if you keep attacking them there, they're definitely, someone's got to break.
Right. And just remember, both of these teams, this is the first game they played against other opponents or another side, so that fatigue is going to set in. They're not used to playing at this level for this long. We haven't seen too many substitutions either, Chris.
No, not as yet. I know it's a long week of competition.
Right.
So I'm sure that plays into factor there.
If you want to get in touch with us, just hashtag RAN Super Week from Facebook or Twitter. Jamaica taking it up, and looks like, yeah, they're getting through. They're starting to get through this defensive line of Guyana with their big boys pounding it. But you got to give credit to the Guyana. They are doing very well on defense for the amount of times that Jamaica's been running right up to them.
Jamaica taking control of this possession right here. Really setting the tempo.
They're still going to the weak side. They're pushing over to the weak side, They have a full back line set up, ready to go.
Unforced error right there.
Absolutely. Knock on by Jamaica. They had all the momentum there, and they kind of gave it away with that knock on. Scrum down Guyana. We do have an injury on the field, which will give me a little time to tell you about the rest of our RAN Super Week, the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Day 2 today. We're seeing the second half right here of Guyana and Jamaica. Tomorrow, a doubleheader on the slate 4 and 6 o'clock, our first match from Pool A is the Cayman Islands versus Turks and Caicos. The Caymans, that'll be their first match of the tournament. Cayman Islands, they did end up having a loss yesterday to Mexico and did not score a point, so they're definitely going to look to get on the board against the Cayman Islands. And our nightcap at 6 o'clock, Pool B, Trinidad and Tobago, that's going to be their first match of the tournament versus Bermuda, which they lost to the USA South yesterday, 41-0. The contest in Super Week continues on Tuesday with Jamaica versus the Bahamas. Wednesday, doubleheader again, Mexico versus Cayman Islands, and the USA South versus Trinidad and Tobago. And Thursday, we have our women's tournament. We have a women's 10 tournament, first one in RAN history. We have Bahamas, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago versus the Bahamas, and then the South versus Jamaica. USA South women versus the Jamaican women on that 10s tournament. So the women's 10s tournament will be on Friday and Saturday, and then our finals will be all day on Saturday. We got 4 games slated for you on this Saturday, July 16th. Coming back to the action here on the field, we have a scrum down Guyana. Ball is not in straight. So we'll just replay it. We'll tee it back up again. Once again, this is the trophy division, and you have 2 divisions here. You have a cup division made of 6 teams. And you have a trophy division made of 3 teams. Usually the top 6 teams are in the cup division, and that's based on last year's standings. And the trophy division are the bottom 3 teams. So the winner of this division will move up next year to the Cup division. Guyana, this is the first time in 4 years they've been to Rugby America North Championship. So they're looking back to get back onto the winning side. And then Jamaica, they took last year off, and so this is the year they've come back, and they're definitely looking to make their presence known here. And so far they have.
They have.
19-9, up by 10. With about 18 minutes left to go in the game. Coming from you from Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida. It's just north of Miami. And another put in by Guyana. Looks like offsides by Jamaica as a penalty kick to Guyana. Let's see what they do here. Oop, they're going to kick for touch. It did not go out of bounds, so the ball is still live. Jamaica recovers. And that is obstruction. You cannot run behind your own player. It's almost like a block in football. You cannot do that in rugby. Penalty to Guyana. All right, so they kicked it out, and that's going to be a line out to Guyana. So, Chris, can you explain to me the philosophy of the ground and pound, kind of what Jamaica does, and how that opens up the game for them, and what that philosophy does for them?
So what they're trying to do is pretty much collapse the defense. So if they keep the ball within the forwards, it'll suck in the defense. And if they do it tactfully and precise to where they need to go and get the right numbers sucked in defensively, offensively, it's open up wide and they can run an expansive game. Definitely to force Guyana to make mistakes or not be there in time and keep what, like we say in rugby, keep it on the back foot, because you're always having to run backwards to recycle and reset on defense.
Guyana wins their own line out. They're taking it out, spinning it wide here. Can they get it to the edge? No. Jamaica making the tackle. Knocked backwards, still in play. Oh, nope. The referee's going to say that was knocked forward. So it's going to be scrum down Jamaica.
At this point, Guyana needs to keep their composure and definitely keep possession as well. Really have runners that really want to hold the ball and move forward and keep possession. But right here, they're just throwing the ball up and guys aren't ready to receive the ball. In this game of rugby, you just got to be ready at every point, every time.
It seems that the defense of Jamaica is controlling the Guyana's offense, and so they're not really been able to do anything except a couple breakaways in the first half. We really haven't seen anything in this second half. It's been all Jamaica here.
Yeah, no, definitely 100% pressure by Jamaica defensively.
Oh. Hit him in a bad place, Chris. The hands.
The hands.
Yeah, so incomplete with that throw and catch there, that pitch. So it's going to be a knock on by Jamaica. Let's see if Guyana can take advantage of this opportunity that Jamaica has given them here. "15 minutes left in this game. Jamaica up by 10, 19-9. Guyana is attacking here just inside the 10 meters of Jamaica.
Nice 8-man pick by Guyana.
Off to the 10. Nice passing wide. Oh.
Really good play by Guyana. As you can see, that 8-man off that pickup,
Right.
he kind of went out and still looped to create an overload for the outside. So that's a good play by Guyana. Good look on the hard, good defense, though. Definitely to get the hands inside the pass.
What the referee called was an intentional knock-on by Jamaica. You can't get up and smack it with your hand and hit it if you're on the defense. So they've called a penalty. Guyana is going for a penalty kick. That's going to be worth 3 if made. And you cannot rush the ball when you have a penalty kick either on the defense. And that is no good. It went out of bounds. So what they're going to have is a 22 drop by Jamaica. Nobody is back for Guyana. Now they're getting back.
At this point of the game, Mark, definitely Guyana needs to keep possession after this.
Guyana needs to get something going in order to. Now, nobody's over there. Look at this. Oh, he's kicked the other way. They had plenty of guys. Guyana did.
Now look at the pressure by the Jamaican.
They are coming. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
That
off
is not
the
what he wanted
side
to
of
do
the
there.
foot.
That was a shank, but Guyana still maintaining possession. There's a kick that's going a little deep. Get some pressure off, and that is did you see the number 2 from Guyana? He just didn't understand the rule. You have to be behind the kicker, and he was not. And so that is a penalty. Quick tap from Jamaica. Going wide. 10 taking it himself. Oh. And a knock forward. Chris, I thought they had something going there.
I thought so too. But once again, you just have to time your runs and also just have patience and listen to your support.
Right. This first game for both of these teams, they're definitely, the execution is not going to be there. You'll probably see a lot more execution by the third game of the tournament. But right now, it's been a little bit sketchy, so to speak, with the skill levels. But I do like the ideas. They do have the right ideas, just they're not executing right now, either team. Now, Jamaica has been putting on the pressure most of this second half.
Yes, they have, and really not get Guyana to get a rhythm or tempo throughout the game. But Guyana had this chance down here just recently, and just unfortunate they had to turn over ball.
Yeah, Guyana not doing a great job of taking advantage of opportunities when presented to them, and Jamaica's been opposite. They've been taking care of these turnovers and missed opportunities by Guyana. Wind has died down here as the sun moves behind the clouds here at Vizcaya Park at Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami. Scrum down to Guyana. Let's see what happens here. Oh, no, Jamaica has it. Looks like they're spinning it wide. The winger is wide open if they can get it to him, and no. Unable to get it. They still have an overload. Oh, they're passing it out to the winger wide. Oh, he falls down. Still maintaining possession. The 9 gets it. He goes wide. Oh, another pass, handoff, and a try. Try by number 21 of Jamaica. That is Alvin Gordon And great ball movement. We didn't know if they were going to be able to get it wide, but great ball movement by Jamaica.
Yes, it was good. Good support play by Jamaica, definitely to score that try at the end. Good work.
First time we've really seen them get it wide, at least on this side of the field by our broadcast tent all afternoon, and they were able to execute here. Now, it's going to be a challenging point after try here. It's not going to make the mark. However, they have widened their lead with 10 minutes left in the game. Jamaica 24, Guyana 9. And Chris, Jamaica's they've kept Guyana out of the try zone all day so far.
All day. It's been a tough day for Guyana. They had really great opportunities and missed with a lot of turnovers. And, that makes a difference in the game. And definitely if they had, the opportunity to kick for point, but Jamaica just keep pressuring them and forcing these errors.
Well, manager Jerry Benswick of Jamaica, he did say that they are going to rely on this rucking game, the possession, and they have maintained the possession. He's been true to his word, and that's what they've done this first game of the Rugby American North Championship. Guyana kicking off. Ooh, big hit by Guyana there. Jamaica still maintaining possession in the ruck. Pounding it up. Patterson, the big three-man here. The lock, the prop. Trying to get something on the short side of the field here. Jamaica does. It went backwards. Looks like they've gone out, so Guyana will have it. 8 minutes left here in this game. The first one of the trophy round of this 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Don't forget, we have a doubleheader in store for you tomorrow when two groups from the Cup round, Pool A and Pool B, Cayman Islands takes on Turks and Caicos at 4. And then our nightcap is going to be Trinidad and Tobago versus Bermuda. Line out to Guyana. They got possession.
Good defense by Jamaica.
Really good defense. They're just all up in their face, not having nowhere to go. But Chris, once again, this side-to-side running from both teams is really limiting their offense. Patterson up the middle again.
I believe that comes with experience. Definitely these guys, both countries, they're just in their development stage and have a lot of young guys within the youth. So, as years come and more games they play and get to travel, they'll definitely, I'll see more improvement from years to come.
What a great experience for these kids. I mean, 17, 18, 19 years old, able to come to the United States and play rugby. It's definitely something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Oh, of course, 100%. And these guys, it's good for them to grow. When you put on your country's crest, it's the best thing, And, unfortunately, I never got the chance to do that. But, definitely I understand how it is to do that. And these guys are well represented out here.
Well, maybe you can make the over 45 national team, Chris.
Well, I'm trying to do the touch international
senior
UST.
citizen? Is that what a senior citizen? I didn't know we had a senior citizen touch team.
Yes, we do.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Keep me posted on that.
There's 3 touches.
Okay. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Let's see if he calls a knock. Yes, it's going to be a knock by Jamaica here. 6 minutes left in this battle. Jamaica leading 24-9. Let's see if Guyana can light a spark and get into the try zone to see if they can get back into this game.
And Mark, watching this from the sideline here and seeing the players, you definitely see the profile. Jamaica has size over Guyana.
Right.
Definitely on the wings as well as in the pack. So, Jamaica really recognizes that and is taking full advantage of it.
They have been wearing down this Guyana team. But they've stuck in it, and they've represented their countries. Both teams have represented their countries very well today. Nice tackle by Jamaica. Guyana attacking here, going weak side. And it went out. We have Daniel Diabru. He's the captain down right now for Guyana. But quick ball out from Jamaica off the line out. If he can get it wide, he's got something going here. Guyana recovers very well. Ooh, high tackle right around the neck. Penalty for Jamaica. Quick tap by Jamaica. Let's see what he does here. Looks like they got numbers. Oh, bad pass, but it went backwards. So they still have possession. Ooh, knocked forward. That's advantage. Guyana.
You know, with the high tackle, it's a good recognition by the referee, definitely to keep the game safe, and that's one of the things that the IRB internationally and nationally trying to keep safe is definitely watching out for that high tackle. Anything above the shoulder, right, Mark?
Absolutely. Anything above the shoulder. And let me tell you, this referee corps has been great today. We've seen very good refereeing. Sometimes it's challenging for these developing countries when some of these kids just don't know how to play the sport. But it's been a very well officiated game today. It's been a little sloppy, but that's kind of what you can expect from two countries that haven't really played a lot, and the fact that both of these teams, it's the first time they've seen live competition against a separate country. 24-9. It's about 4 minutes left in the game. If Guyana doesn't pull a rabbit out of their hat here, it looks like Jamaica's going to walk away with this first match. But once again, this is RAN Super Week. If you want to get in touch with us, you can just hashtag RAN Super Week on Facebook or Twitter to get in touch with us. And we have a lot more action for the rest of the week. Tomorrow I got a doubleheader, Cayman Islands versus Turks and Caicos at 4. And then at 6, Trinidad and Tobago versus Bermuda. We'll be very interested to see what Trinidad and Tobago brings to the table. They're always usually one of the strong teams in this tournament every year. It'll be their first game versus Bermuda. Bermuda took a loss yesterday to the USA South, 41-0. So they're going to look to get on the winning sideways tomorrow.
A lot of rugby for the week, Mark.
A lot of rugby here at RAN Super Week from Vizcaya Park in Miramar, Florida, just north of Miami.
Yeah, I remember when we were younger, Mark, we'd love to play rugby every day.
Absolutely.
At this level.
Of course, our bodies can't take it now every day. Well, maybe a tournament.
Well, speak for yourself, okay?
Okay, whatever. All right. I still play rugby, and I still ball out. Okay? I still ball out. Okay?
That's right. See ya.
Right.
Man down, it looks like, for Jamaica.
Yeah. So we have another commentator coming in. His name is Gavin McLeavy. He is the who's the channel he's on? Oh, the BN Sports Network.
Sports Network.
Channel 220 on DirecTV.
DirecTV.
And so he does all the rugby commentating. And so I'll have to get him to explain the Old Boys match we were in where I blew by him for 50 meters recently, Chris.
Yes, he told me what happened, that the sun and the reflection off somebody's shades kind of blinded him, and he didn't get a chance to see you.
Is that what he told you?
That's what he said.
Okay. I don't recall it being exactly like that, Chris.
Well, Hey, listen.
But we'll have to see what he has to say about that.
No, you had a
later
good
in the
run.
week.
You had a good run. I've had the pleasure of playing many games with you and winning many challenges. So I definitely doubt that it was the sunglasses. I think he just tripped over a blade of grass or something.
Right,
like that.
exactly, Chris. 3 minutes left in this one. 24-9, Jamaica. We'll see what Guyana does here on this scrum down, giving to him from a knock on by Jamaica.
And if anyone's interested as listening on this broadcast, liferunningeagles.com. If anyone's interested in coming to school to learn in chiropractic, sports management, or business, and also to play rugby at a high level in the States, get good fundamentals, liferunningeagles.com.
Life University out of Marietta, Georgia. That's where you played your rugby, didn't you, Chris?
That is correct.
Steal by Jamaica, going out wide. Oh, losing the ball, but it went backwards. Let's see if they can do something with it in the final minutes of the game here. Oh, going to kick down into the corner. Fullback's running after it. And he touches the ball down. It's going to be a 22 drop for Guyana in the closing minutes of the game here. Kick. Oh, and knock forward on the catch.
Possession is key. Unfortunate event. Guyana retains ball.
So shortly after when the game ends, we're going to have the winning coach and a couple of his players over here on the broadcast. First game of the trophy division, day 2 of the 2016 Rugby America's North Championship. Once again, we'd like to give thanks to our partners, DHL and KPMG, for their support of RAN Rugby. Guyana getting the ball out, 8-man pickup. The final hooter is sounded. Let's see if Guyana can get into the try zone this last time. One more. Ooh. High tackle did not bring the player down safely. That is a penalty.
So those are another issues that the IRB wanted to address on safety out there on the field. So the player, his hips cannot come above his shoulder in any tackle, so which will deem it unsafe, and then it deems a penalty. So good call by the referee and by the coaching officials.
Isn't that the same thing? A referee official?
That is correct.
Isn't that redundant?
I'm just making it official.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes, it's very official.
Referee official. You could just say official, couldn't you? Or could you say referee?
It's very official right now.
Is it? Okay, just checking. All right. Hopefully they can get something going here in this last minute, getting to the try zone. They have not scored a try today. It's been all penalty kicks. They're driving with the ball here. Once again, this is the last play of the game. If the ball goes out of bounds, the game is over.
But, I got to say, Mark, I'm really impressed with both sides.
Right.
On and off the ball, definitely moving and definitely putting their heart together for each other.
Definitely. Guyana breaking through their fullback, getting down to about the 5 meter from the try line. Let's see if they can punch it in. Guyana not giving up at all. Showing their fight to the last second of this game.
Really showing a lot of face play here at this small series at the time ending. Being relentless with keeping possession and also trying to look for that gap.
Oh, and Jamaica is able to get the steal and clears it. And that is the game. Jamaica takes the victory, the first game in the trophy division. 24-9, Jamaica comes away with the victory. We will have a couple of the players and the coaches over here on the Rugby America's North Championship Network shortly. And wow, impressive game, Chris, from both Jamaica and Guyana.
Yeah, like we said at the beginning, Jamaica said they were going to come in, take control of the game, use the ground and pound, use the forwards to run it up, and really set the precedence by doing that. And as it showed today, they had the tempo and they controlled it, and definitely didn't give a chance to Guyana to get their rhythm and move the ball out wide.
For sure. I was very impressed by both of these teams, and not only the play, but just the heart. I mean, you saw Guyana, they knew they would lost the game, but they were trying to get into that into the try zone and touch one down. But they're unable to, but they will definitely take this and learn from it and figure out what they need to do in order to get to the win column next time against the Bahamas, which will be their next game as well. We have some of the Jamaican coaches and players coming over right now, so we will interview them as I move my microphone out here. All right. So as they end up walking over here, I'm going to interview our players from Jamaica. So we have our manager, Jerry Benswick, coming over here. If I can talk to Jerry first. And Jerry, congratulations on the victory. You and I were talking. Go ahead and face right here. You and I were talking earlier about your strategy today and about ground and pound. And wow, you guys definitely lived up to it. Tell us a little about your strategy, how you changed it from previous years, and how it worked out today.
It was our coach, the magician, Mr. Huntley. Kudos to him. He has gotten this team so disciplined that it is unbelievable. We've always played a running game, pass, run, try to be creative. And he has taken them from that mindset and put everybody in a frame of mind where we're going to have one game plan, we're going to pound it out, get them tired, and keep pounding it, and then they'll give way. And it worked.
It definitely did. Chris Vassell and I were seeing this as well, showing just you guys said you were going to stick to this game plan, and you definitely did. Yes. And it looks like not only you kind of softened the defense up, but you were able, once you got it wide, you were able to execute.
Yes, our backs are very good. They're very experienced. I think we got a little problem with our handling in the back because they haven't been doing a lot of that. So now we're going to have to get them more in tune to passing and being creative again, because we've gotten so disciplined with hitting and driving that, we forgot, our backs need to be good again. So we're probably going to give them some more practice passing going forward.
Well, you told me it was y'all's first game as a group, and, it also showed with your competitor. There was kind of a sloppy game with passes and stuff like that, but definitely something that you can work on in the next coming days before your next match. But once again, great victory, great job from the manager and the coaching staff.
Thank you.
Now let's get these big boys in here as well. So we have, let's see, is this Matthew Patterson right here? Yes. Okay. The brother from another mother. I'm Mark Patterson as well. So Matthew, I wanted to talk to you. You guys, I've seen Jamaica play numerous times, and this is the most pounding in that pack that I have ever seen. And I bet you had about 50 runs today running through the pack. Tell me about what your strategy was, and how you were able to execute it here today.
Just basic rugby.
Okay. So when you were running the ball off the pack, were you looking at a certain defender to crash into and to make contact with, or were you trying to run through the gap, or what was your philosophy?
Coach tell me to always run through the gap.
Okay.
Weaken them.
Right. And so when it seemed like you didn't even lose, you must be fit because you were running the whole game, didn't seem to mind. I know that I played numerous games, and to run that much, definitely you would be fatigued, but it didn't seem that you had much fatigue at all.
Well, actually, I have asthma.
Really bad.
And really bad. 2-time attacks, and I didn't want to come off. Didn't want to let nobody down, but I had no one to prove anything to but my mom. Hey, mommy. And I just let it pass, breathe, my breathing. And actually, I didn't do many rugby games. I haven't been playing rugby I've been only playing rugby for a few months.
Wow.
8 to be exact.
Wow, 8 months. Well, Patterson, you did a fantastic job. I want to shake your hand. You did an incredible job for your very first. Is this your first international game?
Yes.
Great cap for you. That was fantastic. Now let's bring your captain in here, right? And this is Layla. So I asked your manager if he heard that song Layla, but obviously he hadn't. But you go by that's your nickname, Layla, right?
That's my name.
So Layla, how do you feel that your team did today, Jamaica?
I think we executed very well. We were given certain instructions. We took it out there and we pounded, and we wore them down. It's a rucking game that we are playing. My coach believes that rugby is centered around rucking. Rucking keeps possession of the ball, and it also weakens your opponents. The constant hitting wears them down. So that allows you to get them to break down, and you put it out. And when you put the ball out, you get your backs running. We have very, very fast backs, so we could execute that.
So this philosophy, is it new in your when you've been playing? This is the first time I've seen this philosophy from a Jamaican team. Is this something that was hard for you to get behind initially because you've never done it before, or because I usually play a free-flowing game where you pass the ball out a lot? Was there any hesitation to switch the game plan from the players themselves?
There wasn't any hesitation. There wasn't. We're a very adaptive team. We are very adaptive people. What my coach is getting into our heads as gentlemen or as growing young men is that you have to learn to accept change. Change is good at times. You have to understand that change is good. The thing is, you have pointed out to us that it is the first that you are seeing Jamaicans play rugby like this, and that's it. We realized that it wasn't working. You can't do anything over and over and over again. Albert Einstein said you do something over and over again and expect a different result, you're a madman. Right. So we sat down and my coach himself, the magician himself, sat down and he watched rugby matches endlessly, night after night, sleepless nights, and he got it out there. He grasped what was being done, what worked, what you can't just look into your team, you have to look into the other teams. You have to look how to beat other teams. He's a very big tactician.
Absolutely, Layla, and you couldn't have said it any better. I'm very impressed about how you guys switched up your I've always seen you guys play a fast flow game like in the sevens, but you've always had challenge and being competitive against the bigger sides because the ground and pound, and you guys have totally changed your tactics. Good credit to your coach, Huntley Anderson, and great execution by the boys today. Jamaica walks away with their first victory of their Rugby America's North Championship here, defeating Guyana, so they are on their way. And what day do you guys play? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Okay, their next match is Wednesday, and that's going to be it for us. I'm Mark Patterson signing off for today from the Rugby America's Championship. We will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Have a great evening.
Yeah.